Okay, everyone. I'm back. This will be the last video on this session of 3 videos. As I said in the first video, I will be doing another session Saturday evening or Sunday. So for now, let's talk to the attendant.
Can I help you, miss?
What can you tell me about the scrying mirror?
That belonged to the alchemist and part-time Elizabethan spy, Dr. John Dee. It was brought back from the New World by Sir Francis Drake and presented to him. It's Mayan, you know.
What is a scrying mirror?
It's rather like a crystal ball, and you can't see anything in it. Apparently, he had a partner who used it to talk with angels. If you ask me, you were barking mad.
I didn't think the museum attendant would be interested in a hair grip. Not even a cute one like this. Have you ever heard of an English sea captain called El Draco?
El Draco? Not a very English name.
I think that's what the Spanish would have called him. It was about the time of the conquistadors.
16th century. Oh, I know. That's what the Spanish called Sir Francis Drake.
Francis Drake? Have you got anything here that belonged to him?
Indeed, miss. We have a couple of artifacts he brought back from one of his journeys.
It didn't look anything like the Coyote Stone. This one was like a little black shaving mirror. Is the scrying mirror the only piece of obsidian Drake gave Dee?
Funny you should ask. There's another called the Jaguar Stone. Dee never liked it, though. Said there were angels in the mirror, but devils in that stone.
Can I take a closer look at Dee's mirror, please?
No, you cannot. That's why the cabinet is locked. They tried some newfangled interactive scheme. And you can guess what happened. Bloody kids ran off with half the exhibits. Hands-on experience, my friend. In my days, it was hands off, I ask you. What do kids know about ancient Mayan civilization? Nothing.
Can you tell me something about the Jaguar Stone?
Certainly, miss. The so-called Jaguar Stone was brought back from the Americas by Sir Francis Drake and presented, with, as you already know, the more famous scrying mirror, to John Dee. The old loony didn't like the stone, though. Reckoned it was tainted by the devil. Come along, miss. I'll show you the mirror.
I've already... Oh, never mind.
There. John Dee's famous scrying mirror, given to him by Francis Drake.
Do you know if this mirror has any relevance to Tezcatlipoca?
Who? I can't even say it. There's someone here who'll be able to help you better than me. This young lady has some questions to ask, Professor. I think she's from France.
Professor Roubillet?
Eh? What? You two know each other, do you? Excuse me, the telephone.
We meet again.
Mademoiselle, France, eh?
Yes, I believe that's where you live, Professor.
I have a house there, on the outskirts of Paris, but I haven't been back for many months.
Okay, you have 2 options. The eclipse, sort of like George asked before, he just says he's going to return and view the eclipse. But let's, for now, ask him about what we're here to get. Dragonstone.
What can you tell me about the Jaguar Stone, Professor?
It's obsidian, from the Chichen Itza region.
Professor Roubillet, your taxi's here.
If you'll excuse me, I have some urgent business to attend to at the docks.
Okay, now there's going to be 3 options in a minute, and I'm going to choose the one that I found always the most funny.
Can you answer me some questions about the Jaguar Stone?
Certainly, miss. If you just step this way. It's gone. Some sods half-inched it.
Half-inched?
Stolen it, miss. Never mind. The silent alarm will have been tripped. I'm afraid nobody can leave until our crack security team gets here.
How long will that take?
Could be a while. I think it's their tea break.
The thief could be miles away by then.
Don't you worry about that, miss. Just don't try to leave.
It was too much of a coincidence that Oublier showed up and the stone promptly disappeared. I didn't have time for their crack security team to finish their tea. I had to get after him. It was a small key, intended for a small lock.
Oh, hang on.
It would probably be less suspicious if I kept away from the empty case. The attendant didn't show it, but I sensed he was watching my every move.
Right, okay, so let's go over here and use this key on these two display cases. Now this is very important, this thing here.
The cabinet was locked. The cabinet contained a dagger decorated with Mayan designs.
Okay.
It was the key to the museum display cabinet. The key unlocked the case. I locked the case again and took the key.
Oh, that doesn't work.
That's the kind of thing Georges would do, not me. The key didn't fit this lock. No. I don't think so. That wouldn't work.
Okay, so apparently putting a hair grip back in your handbag doesn't work. Right, this video is getting on fairly nicely. I'm not stalling this video at all. Well, I am in a way, and that you guys might find that.
I doubted the girls would be any help to me.
And you guys, I know, may find that annoying. I know I've done it in my last Let's Play, but I want to kind of like examine it as much as I can and try and make this game not be so quick and, you know, me skipping conversations, because it doesn't really make it any fun for me and it doesn't make it any fun for you guys. Let's save the game one more time, because we'll get up to the 62%, yes, and let's now talk to the attendant. Now you got the conversation here.
Take a look at this.
What are you doing with that?
Just looking. What was it used for?
It's a sacrificial dagger, and I'd feel a lot happier if you put it down.
I didn't steal the stone. I was nowhere near it.
So who do you suppose did steal it?
You can suggest him, which gets quite a funny response, so I'll show you that.
It was you, wasn't it?
Use your loaf, miss. What would I want with an ancient Mayan artifact?
I don't know, but I'm sure the police will get it out of you. Don't you think it's suspicious that Oublier has urgent business at the docks?
Not in the slightest, young lady. He's gone to oversee the unloading of cargo, an exhibition of Mayan sculpture on loan from Mexico City.
What's the name of the ship?
The Xibalba Princess, moored down by Tower Bridge. Why do you ask?
Just wondering. Look at this. The thief left this key in the cabinet.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That makes the theft an inside job, right?
Oh dear.
In other words, the thief was Professor Oublier.
Well, let's leave that for the police to decide, shall we? I better phone them right away.
I knew I had nothing to worry about if the police were called.
Yes, I'll hold.
But I had to catch up with Oublier, and fast.
Yeah, we have to get to the OVA, so let's try this. Let's leave. Let's go.
I'm sorry, miss, but I shall have to ask you to stay.
Oh, but surely you don't suspect me of stealing the stone?
No, but you will have to make a statement to the police. You're a witness. You'll have to be quick, miss. I'm on the phone.
Sorry for the
There
sniffing.
was nothing else I wanted to ask him just then.
Sorry for the sniffing. Excuse that.
I didn't need to make a call. It was a phone, probably for staff only. The attendant was deep in thought, waiting for someone to answer his phone call.
Okay, so now we can leave, but if you come and look over here, of course the tenant stopped us last time. If you move this curtain, there's a door.
The doors were securely locked.
Not good.
The doors were securely locked.
So,
The doors were secure.
what have you got? Well,
It was an obsidian dagger, thin and razor sharp.
you got this dagger, so use it. No, I think we go back.
I levered the handle open with the thin dagger.
I think you go back to George now. Yep, and we're back at Ketch's Island. Ketch's Island? Ketch's Landing.
The room had been decorated to resemble the interior of a sailing ship. It was disturbingly effective.
Okay, so let's we have to obviously, this is obviously things of Ketch and whatnot, and there's various things around, and oh no, get off that. Right. So let's just have a bit of a examine, and then we'll
It was an old wooden barrel. Maybe it was from Ketch's ship. Yow! I should have known better than to put my hand in there. Grandma Stobart had a nasty experience in a water butt once.
so let's go up here and examine a few things.
Maybe that wheel was from Ketch's ship. Suddenly, I was 12 years old again. Hard a port, bosun. Aye, aye, Captain Stobart. She cannot take it, Captain. My lad's dead. Abandoned ship. Captain Frederick Ketch, 1570. Around his neck was a cross. Maybe he was a part-time pirate.
There's quite a few things in here that actually you get a bit of a funny response from, and a bit of, you know, a bit of humour.
2 bells and all's well. Pirates were cool.
So you see this desk over here? Well, this desk here has quite a significant.
The top surface of the desk had a large recessed area set into it. I guessed it was intended to stop things rolling off in heavy seas. There was also an inkwell, and a few inches away, a small hole with a feather placed in it.
Now this desk has a significant use in this bit.
It was an indented well in the corner of the desk. I guess it was intended to hold ink, but it seemed unnecessarily wide. Maybe Ketch had used it to hold his rum bottles steady in heavy seas.
Okay, so there's a few things that you have to do with this bit, and if you come over here and grab this, no, let's examine it first.
It was a neat oil lantern made of brass. Holding that lantern, I felt kinda biblical. Like Jesus or Florence Nightingale.
So bring it over to the desk.
The lantern fitted so precisely in the inkwell, it could only be deliberate. It It was one of those old pens made out of a feather. That might come in useful in ticklish situations. The top surface of the desk had a large recessed area set into it. There was also an inkwell and the small hole where the quill had been.
So have a look at this chart.
It was an actual pirate ship chart.
Have a look at this chart.
Okay, I've had my hands on an historical document. Now what?
Now I always got stuck on this bit, and this took me quite a while to work out.
The chart fitted exactly into the recess on the top of the desk. It was an old book with spidery writing covering the open pages. March 20th, 1670 fix. Engaged frigate off Fan Falvador? It was garbage. Huh. I guess being a pirate didn't require too many academic qualifications. The passage went on to describe how KETCH had got wind of the approach of a fleet of English ships. It seemed the new governor had not shared his predecessor's views on KETCH's activities. They were out for his blood. Sailed to that place where I made secure my fortune. I returned safe in the knowledge that the governor shall not discover that which I had hidden. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle?
Okay, now one feature in this room is
It was a beautifully crafted model of a
it's
sailing
not the ship.
The ship looked too fragile to touch.
We're just going to save it very quickly. Now, it's certainly not the ship. It's this.
It was Captain KETCH's sea chest. Its battered appearance hinted at salty tales of maritime adventure and swashbuckling. Long months at sea with a rum-sodden, mutinous crew, hardtack and scurvy. And this chest, full to the brim with KETCH's loot, pearls, diamonds, emeralds, and doubloons. On the other hand, it could have been full of spare blankets.
Now, we're going to open that chest, but we won't open it until next time we play this game. So, in the next session, so on Saturday evening, I have football in the day, so I'm very looking forward to it. And of course, I'm at my girlfriend's tomorrow. Won't be a very big gap as it was last time. I'll try and get ones up to date, and I'm going to try and complete this game hopefully towards the back end of the weekend. Get certainly some more videos done on Saturday evening. Maybe try and get about 5 videos done, and maybe even get a good result in actually finishing the game. As I said, I will be testing a video on my Xbox and my PS3 just to see how it works tomorrow if I get the leads. If not, then it'll be Saturday afternoon that I test it, or if I don't get them on Friday or tomorrow, which I should do, then it'll be Monday. But as usual, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to thank everyone for watching. Those of you who do, please check out my other Let's Plays. My Resident Evil Director's Cut, Dual Shock with Jill on beginner mode. My Resident Evil 2 with Leon A on normal, Leon B on normal, both completed. My test play of Resident Evil 1.5, my playthrough of Resident Evil 3 that actually was a pretty good run through. My failed attempt at Chase Express, I will be revisiting that, but not for quite a while. I've got more in the pipeline. Probably won't be doing City of Lost Children now. Just had a thought that maybe it's not the best game to bring, but we'll see. But no, I can now obviously do PS2 games, which I'm very thrilled about. I can now get games that are cheap, and I can actually let's play. So I can widen now my variety of games to a huge widened variety, and I will bring them to you as soon as I'm able to. Now there are 3 games coming out for the Xbox One. I haven't got a card that can capture that, so I'm going to have to probably invest in one, but not for a while. So for now it'll just be Xbox and PS3 and PS1 and PC games. PS1 using my emulator, but I've adrenaline a little bit. So it's now late. It's now about 11:30 at night. I'm quite tired. Had a meeting today which had a bit of ups and downs, caused me a little bit of grief, but there you go, that's life. So as usual, I'm gonna thank everyone for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Please send me any messages, give me any, anyone who watches and doesn't necessarily subscribe. Okay, yeah, that's fine. If you don't want to subscribe just yet, you want to give me a decent look and just watch me without subscribing. If you're gonna watch me and you're enjoying it, then please subscribe. If you've got any suggestions of games, please feel free to ask me. I've got very many PC games, the likes of Slime the Sorcerer, Slime the Sorcerer 2, a little bit of Adventure 1 and 2, Broken Sword 3, but I'm not going to do a Let's Play on that, not for a long time, and if I did, it'll probably be on PS2, I'll do it. I may do a Broken Sword 4, and I might do a Broken Sword 5, but that game's quite long with the chats and the talking. I'm gonna do a few other games, a few of the a few silly ones, a few ones just for a bit of a laugh. But yeah, but for now, I'm gonna call this now. So thank you all for watching. Again, please like, comment and subscribe. Please send me messages. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I always try and respond. I haven't checked this for a while, and I'm planning to have, when I have about maybe 50 subscribers, to have a special. That'll be decided in due course, and I might even be able to do a few Let's Plays on my GameCube. I'm gonna have to have a look into that one. So yeah, so thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video and the next session, which will be Saturday evening, most likely, and these videos will probably be up on Friday. So I'll see you then. Take care.